On in the matchup that has got to bode really well for Wolves. Scarf making a little bit of a comeback to getting to the top of this meta. That's going to do them wonders.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who's going to be playing that Scarf, because Redix was known as a Scarf player. He made fantastic plays on Scarf back in 3v3, but they also have the Reza and the Kashka that is so much burst damage. But if anything's going to be able to deal with burst damage, it's going to be a Krull, Churnwalker, and the Rhyme, because they can eat that initial burst. Yes, it's going to hurt them. It's going to do a lot of work. But if they don't die immediately, they have the sustain and the durability to get themselves back up into fighting shape. So that's going to be very important for the side of Wolves, is who they target. If they can take out Vox or Celeste immediately in these fights, then it's a whole different ballgame.
Absolutely. The positioning is going to be so key for the side of Wolves if they want to even stand a chance. If Scarf gets caught out of position, it's going to be so hard for Wolves to do anything in these team fights. But if they're able to stay back, poke from a distance, allow Reza to dive into these backlines, that's going to put in a ton of work for them.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of work that's going to have to come through is massive, but, I mean, it's an uphill battle. We're not going to sugarcoat this at all. It is an uphill battle for Wolves. Qlash has looked very dominant. The only game they've dropped thus far has been to Queso. So we are going to be focusing a little bit on what has made them so strong, and one of those things is our player to watch for this matchup, I'm the Doom.
Definitely has looked so strong with Qlash. Dropping the hammer against Equinox, going absolutely ham. Grabbing a ton of kills, a ton of gold, going in and putting in a ton of work. Here's his player card from Germany. Great KDA, great CS, bunch of kills per minute.
Yeah, it really just has been so impressive with the Kestrel, especially, you know, one of his bread and butter heroes that he's been picking all through last year into this year. Has been making it work once again in this preseason, and again is one of the key reasons why Qlash has been performing so well.
Absolutely. He needs to make sure he's on point, make sure that his confidence has not been shaken. Don't play down to the level of your enemy team. Play how you want to execute as a team, and this should be their game to lose.
Yeah, that's what we would expect, but you know, we've had some unexpected things happen today. You know, I don't think most people would have expected Equinox to take down Salt Potatoes. I don't think most people would have expected Rising Lotus to put up such a good game against Queso earlier on. So there's definitely, the precedence has been set for Wolves to maybe make a statement for themselves and try and get some momentum building heading into the regular season.
Absolutely. It's a huge opportunity, too. They can prove that they are still trying their hardest, that they can compete with the best of Europe. And if they can grab a big win like that before the regular season starts, that's going to be so important for their confidence going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And now on the other side of the Rise, one of the players that, you know, really kind of has to step up a bit from what we've seen, he's gotten a little bit more consistent as the weeks have gone on, but Kigaza, he had a great game last week playing this Vox. This has been by far his best hero. It's really the only hero that I have felt confident in saying that he's looked strong with. So hopefully, you know, this time around it's going to be a little bit different. You know, obviously not going to have the Vox this game, as it's going to be over on the side of Qlash. So will he be able to perform with another hero? Because he's played Tony, hasn't looked very strong with it. He's played in a couple other heroes, has not looked very comfortable with them either. So I need to see if he can bring something more than just the Vox to the table this game.
With 16 heroes being utilized in 5v5 now, it is so important for all of these players to have very deep hero pools to make sure that they can confidently flex between, I would say, at least 3. Obviously, the more you can feel comfortable on, the better. But if you're only relying on one hero, that makes it very easy for an opposing team to draft against you.
Yeah, and obviously then you look at this composition that they've put together and you wonder, which hero is he going to be playing? You expect the Kashka to be in the jungle, expecting the Scarf to be mid. Then but that puts the Reza and the Grace, you know, which of them is going to be top, which one's going to be bottom. You have the Adagio as well. We're going to find out where they do decide to put all these heroes as we get onto the Rise with Dowsy and Stress.
It is time to welcome Redix back into the competitive field over a year and a half since we last saw him play for G2. We'll have to see what kind of an impact he can make for Wolves here. They got their first win on the board last week against Equinox Stress, but Qlash is definitely a team that if you're able to take them out, that is insane.
That would be a massive statement to get a win against Qlash right now. But I guess we've seen stranger things happen. We saw a big fight happen in the first game of the day. So I've heard so much about Redix. Everybody has talked about him every week. Everyone's like, when's Redix playing? When's Redix playing? So what should newer viewers to Vainglory expect from Redix, Dowsy? Because you casted him a lot over the last year or so. Like, what exactly is he known for?
I mean, Redix back in 2016 was definitely the star laner for G2, was really holding them together, helping them maintain one of the top teams in Europe. Back then, G2 certainly were challengers, but weren't ever quite able to find that first place, always finishing around 3rd or 4th. And so for Redix, this is a big moment for him because, you know, halfway through that year, he transitioned to support to replace Dingo. That's when Hundor came onto the scene, and we've seen how much of an impact Hundor has made so far in the EU competitive scene. So for Redix, this is almost redemption. Can he come back to the lane? Can he be the force that he once was? Or is this time for the newcomers like Hundor to really hold that showcase?
Well, it's only a small test, right? Team that sat towards the top of the table, but certainly that would be a massive upset. A couple of different things in the composition that kind of I want to look at. We don't see a whole lot of Rhyme here in Europe. It's a hero that can be annoying to play against at lower levels. I certainly, while starting to play the game, was like, okay, Rhyme is really frustrating because he sticks on you like crazy. You've got Rhyme, you've got Krull. Those are two duelists that are going to do very well if they can find somebody isolated, but you don't find those opportunities too often in 5 versus 5 at the highest level. So that's something I'm a little surprised to see out of Qlash.
Yeah, no, potentially just testing things out here. We'll have to see how Kara is able to play it, especially considering that Agony has taken that Krull up to the top side. Also good to see Agony taking some games now. He's been out of the show light for quite some time. Already this mid matchup though, Redix struggling a little bit against I'm the Doom Celeste. We'll have to see how that plays out. Agony, Leon, able to take away a camp here, and now it's going to be Agony trying to help push this fight in, but lots of damage onto him as all of Wolves collapse. Can they find the kill? The first blood, it is going to go over to them, you think? Yes! Koshka able to find an Asteroid on the board. In the bottom side, Kigaza, though, potentially caught out against Coral and NetToilette. We'll have to see how he plays this one. The chains haven't been connected. It means it can't pull him back. He will survive. First blood to Wolves.
First blood to Wolves off that massive chase. There's so much healing came through. I got to take another look back up though at what Paprika's doing, because he looked like he was fighting Leon for a moment. Didn't actually want that fight. Importantly, bot side, I'm the Doom is now waiting in the jungle. He's gonna find 3 people here. He was looking for Asteroid.
Oh my god! That was a massive core collapse, and here comes the rest of the squad. Redix chunking, auto attacks flying. He will go down to I Am the Doom, finding a kill of his own, and this gold oak will go over to him as well. Incredible stuff, really. I'm the Doom Celeste, and it's so good to see him back on the Sovereign's Rise once again.
Yeah, good to see him back. We'll see whether he can kind of take control. Unfortunately, Redix doesn't pick up a kill for his first action. Got an assist earlier, but now ends up paying with his life. Now we're going to see this push along mid. Scarf will be able to kind of tidy up the minion wave from it, but interesting way this match is split on the bottom side. Like Adagio is kind of in the enemy jungle right now, potentially in a 3 versus 2, and then you got 2 in the mid lane. Like I'm the Doom is quite low, so they might not want to take this full fight, but Rhyme's here.
I think they want to take it. Yeah, it looks like they want to take it very much so. And that's going to be 1 kill going over. Kigaza falls. Kryza trying to escape. Astral dives in. And oh, they've turned it around slightly. I say slightly because it's a double kill for Coral. And he wants more. Asteroid wanting NetToilette. Being chained up like a cat on a leash. Asteroid will find that kill. Going to be trading things evenly so far. Coral roots up Asteroid, but I think Asteroid's happy for the double. He is. I don't know, Stress. I've seen some weird people out in Manchester walking cats before. Apparently NetToilette's one of them.
I can tell you for a fact my cat would not want to be walked. Like, that is never happening. But nevertheless, kind of Qlash walking their way back into a gold lead on this one. As Agony, he has hit that level 6 mark. So again, that ultimate that we talked about in our previous game available. Here it comes, potentially at Redix.
Oh, Redix is in so much trouble. He's just going to go straight down to Leon.
Didn't even use it.
Doesn't even use it. He just gets popped very, very quickly. And let's talk about how Qlash have organized their roster. Now that Agony's back in force, taking over that jungle position from Karl, and Karl moving up to the lane. I say let's talk about it. There's Agony finding the kill in the jungle, and now Karl's moving in to try and find Qlash as well. This Adagio, not long for the world, will get popped. A double for Agony's Cruel. And Qlash looking clean.
Okay, as we have another gang coming mid. This is why we see Krull banned in solo queue all the time. This is like pub stomp mode. Krull, oh, I'm the Doom, caught out.
He might be popped. Yeah, that's going to be Paprika finding the kill. Agony wants to keep this one going. This Krull has to continue fighting. It's his only way of survival. But I don't think he is going to survive as Asteroid comes in. Asteroid looking for the kill, but it was one going over to Agony. And now Redix, he's only just got back. He might be losing his life straight away. Leon dives forward. Leon, though, will get turned on. Qlash pulling down the damage. Qlash looking for the kill, and the auto attack goes through. That's one. Redix still in trouble as Karl tries to jump on. Asteroid as well will be forced backwards, but that's a double for Qlash there on that Adagio. Has been bullied in this bot side so far, but 2 kills definitely helps.
This is a very loose game from both teams early on. Just fight, fight, fight constantly between the two of them. I'm the Doom now coming over. Karl may be in trouble.
Qlash wants to fight, but against a Rhyme, you don't focus the Rhyme. He has so much health, and look at this. I'm the Doom. 1-2. In fact, they go over to Karl. A double for the side of Qlash once more. You just can't really kill a crew. If he gets those fortified health stacked up, then he is just going to continue being such a threat.
Yeah, that Rhyme is just so frustrating to deal with. As soon as you're not in a 5 versus 5 where he can like kind of pick you off, separate you, and just stick on top, that's really where he becomes annoying. And I think that may very well be what Qlash were drafting for, is just annoying heroes. Clearly not, but certainly it's the kind of heroes that I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna ban that when I get into game. But now I'm the Doom in trouble again as Paprika goes in.
Yeah, he is able to escape with a well-placed core collapse. Paprika not going to be able to find a kill there. First turret will fall as Leon and Agony make work with the top side. Net though caught out, and Asteroid looking for the kill. Chrysor able to secure it. Karl now going to be dived upon. Hasn't quite got the fortified health to keep himself alive. Now will be Asteroid finding another for himself. I'm the Doom in a bit of a skirmish with Redix. Redix currently on top of that. And that is going to allow a Ghost Wing take for the side of Wolves. But let us not forget, Leon and Agony are continuing to push, and they might just go for more. They've got that ultimate on Agony's Cruel, which makes it hard for Paprika to push them back. A turn could happen at any second. That's going to be Paprika diving on in. Here comes the turn. That's going to be Net Form detonate. Can he escape it? Yes, he can. No, he can't. Gets stunned up. Talk too soon. And now the waves crashing onto the turret. I think this is going to be Leon and Agony taking it.
Yeah, this Krull has just got so much damage early on. There's no defense in here. It's all offense. Just go full attack speed, full damage, everything from it. And now they're just trying to take control of that through the top side, the top lane. Now, Qlash and Asteroid get the tower, turret on the bottom side.
But Qlash loses his life, and now it's only Asteroid left alive. Leon and Agony have just taken 3 turrets and a armory for themselves, and all they've given up is Agony's life in return. That is a disastrous move coming out of Wolves to let that happen, just gifting Qlash macro control over this game.
And here comes Netolet on the bottom side with Karl. They have a wave there. When the next minion wave crashes in, they can look and take another tower here. It's just objective control for the towers again and again and again from Qlash. That's what we've seen them be very good at, but typically it's not quite this open and crazy. I think if I was finding one criticism for Qlash in this week and last week, it's that they do let games get a little loose at times. I think they're very confident in getting ahead, and then games kind of go crazy, and I'm the Doom gets caught out in mid.
That's going to be one of the first Dragon Breaths I think we've actually seen here in Europe, as Redix charges it up, and now he's in trouble. Leon and Agony are going to dive on top of him, and he will fall down. Chrysor sets up the fight. Leon taking a lot of damage. Can Chrysor finish it up is the question. Paprika trying to get in range with the Reza, but a great stun comes out from the Churnwalker. Not enough to keep Leon alive, but maybe enough for Qlash to turn this. Agony the focus of Qlash as Paprika's trying to run the Churnwalker. Agony will go down, and Chrysor still alive. Here comes Asteroid, Net popped, and it just leaves this Cruel to dance around with. Qlash may just go down. A double for Karl's Cruel. 7-2 and 3 is disastrous, and now he's going to just clear up the jungle with Doom.
Yeah, Karl just running around on this Rhyme, going to try and take out anybody that he can. At that point, just kind of no real way out for the rest of them at the end of the fight? I just had a bit of a lag spike there, so I think I'm back in the game.
Welcome back.
Okay, we are back. Yeah, Qlash still in full control through that top side with the armory down already. I don't know whether they need to be taking quite as many fights though. Like, yes, they have a very snowball heavy composition, but Vox just jumps in the mid lane. Leon trying to maybe be a little showboaty.
I mean, that's Leon's brand, really.
Yeah.
It is showboaty, and it isn't clean gameplay. Your criticism of messy Qlash over the last couple of weeks, I think that's very fair. Here comes the fight as Qlash try and clean up Leon's failed attempt. First kill will go over to Net, second goes to Agony. 2 for them so far. But if we look at stats stress, we've got an 11.5-minute game, 16 kills apiece. Last time these teams played, when Qlash was looking ever so strong, it was an 11-minute victory for Qlash, and only 3 kills Wolves were able to get. I don't think they took a single turret either. So when you compare the 2 games, right now, this is Qlash really not playing to their personal best.
Yeah, I think we look at a few things. The other teams obviously have improved. I think every team in the preseason has improved, but certainly Wolves still not quite at the level, at least I believe, that Qlash are. I feel like this game is Qlash certainly saying, hey, we're still very good, we're still able to get these leads. Let's just kind of play and maybe see what advantages we can take. That's one thing that teams will do at the highest level, is when they have a matchup they're expected to win, say, hey, let's look at how aggressive we can be. Let's look at where we can take these fights when we have this gold lead, because it's not the same as scrims. You can scrim all you want, but players normally play very defensively when it comes to a real game.
Well, this is going to be the fight breaking out, and Leon very low, so is Carl. Paprika doing some damage, backing off, the Dragon's Breath burning on through, but Agony's very happy to just take the continued fight. First kill goes to Doom, it's a second for him as well, and Doom's charging forward, he wants more. Not going to find it just yet. Agony, though, throws the sword out, and that Cruel will find another victim. This turret falls, and Cruel has done some work. It is an armory down in the top side, an armory exposed in the bot side, and Qlash looking to move forward and continue their dominance.
Yeah, Qlash have just looked so incredibly strong. A little messy, but nevertheless, when you are at the top of the table, when you have that kind of advantage, you can take the liberties to take these aggressive trades and just see where it ends up.
Wolves, they've held off quite impressively against Qlash so far. And the game's not over yet. We're talking about it like it is finished, but it has not yet. Qlash continuously making mistakes. Leon in her 2 versus 5. It is going to be charged upon. Paprika diving forward. The Dragon's Breath burning, but Doom finds the first kill. Nettolet keeps himself alive. It's a second kill going over to Leon. A double for Leon. A triple for Leon. And only Redix is left standing, and Leon wants the quadra. Can't quite get in range. It is going to be the ultimate missing from Agony, but there's a Black Claw to take. I'm the Doom, and Leon so low, but that Black Claw gives health regeneration to heal everyone up, so it seems wise that they get their tanks to tank it up, and they take it out, then continue their push.
Yeah, not only that, of course, the top side was pushing still. They're going to be able to push through the mid lane as well. Like, so much is going in the favor of Qlash. 10,000 gold lead. And really now the composition you look at from Wolves doesn't have a whole lot of bite left in it. Yes, they have the damage coming from Redix when he is able to get that ultimate off the Dragon's Breath, but like, look how fast these towers are dying. All they've got to do is walk this further in, and it's a very tough fight to set up. If Qlash just play this a little safer than they've been playing all game, this should just be a victory.
I mean, it's no longer 2016. Scarf's Dragon's Breath really has not had as much impact on 5v5 like it did in the 3v3 days. Maybe that's where Redix is going wrong. The fight has started, and it is going to be Agony finding the first kill on that Cruel. Paprika stunned up, and it's another going over to Qlash. Black Claw pushing in. This Vein Crystal under siege, and Doom does get caught out by Aceroid's Koshka, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough for Wolves as they lose another. Keygazer goes down. 3-4 men in the base, and Aceroid has to kill them all. Carl will be the first one he attempts, gets rooted up, finds the kill. Leon and Nettolet working on the armory instead of the Vein Crystal, but with the ace coming through and only Chrysor, the one alive, this will be another win coming out of Qlash at the 15-20 mark.
Yeah, another solid win out of Qlash, just kind of styling for a little bit, as we know Leon likes to do, but certainly mostly comfortable for Qlash from the minute the game started.
has been a slight decline, we will say, in Qlash's dominance so far in Europe. But we'll have to see how they make out in the rest of the weeks to go. Let's break it down with FlashX and Tasty and see what they have to say.
Again, a strong showing from Wolves, and I think that's really all they needed out of this game, was to have a strong showing, not get rolled over. And even though it was a